I'm your host, Spencer Andrews, aka DJ Dre, and you're in the mix with DJ Chris Pepper from Sydney, Australia. Chris, very good to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How long have you been a DJ?
I started when I was 25, I believe, and it's been 12 years.
And what was your inspiration to become a DJ?
Being in a club for since I was a teenager, in the electronic music clubs, dance clubs, and I was also always a big fan of the DJs up there, making people crowd and making people dance and happy. And I think I got inspired, and yeah, I just one day I decided to do the same as I decided to give it a go to try to make people happy, and here I am.
Did you want to be a DJ, or you thought, okay, there's money involved? How did you look at it?
I really want to go to the big stages at the moment. I'm trying to get to big festivals outside Australia as well, not only in Australia. And that's what I'm looking for today.
I've seen a lot of pictures. I mean, you command a crowd. You're doing festivals, clubs. How did that happen for you?
12 years ago, when I started in really small clubs, in a really small club in my hometown. And then after some exposure, I got invited to a bigger clubs. And then later on, maybe a few years later, I got invited to perform in the next towns, close towns. Let's say inside of the from the same state of my hometown, but still in a different city, which makes me travel and stay in a different town for a day or two. And then when I finally relocated to Australia, because I am originally from Brazil, I was born in Brazil.
Oh,
Um, and then when I got to Australia, um, I introduced myself to the clubs here in Sydney, to the club where I thought my music would suit well for that crowd. They gave me a chance to show my work, and and then I just got a second invite from there, and then there was this. That's the way the whole thing started.
how did you start producing? Now, I've done some remixes. I hate it so much. How how'd that happen for you?
Music production is a different story. These days, it's fairly easy to people to start a DJ career, right? Because it's so easy, especially with the new equipments out there from Pioneer and other brands. It's fairly easy for anyone to jump into the a DJ role and give it a go. Music production is a different story. You gotta put more effort on it. You gotta be very committed, to learn. It's a new skill.
Correct.
Completely, it's a new word. There are a lot of things you need to learn, and I think there is no ending. Like as far as I know, there is always something new out there, and you keep learning and you keep developing. You keep trying new songs, new because there is no formula,
Right.
right? Like in the music industry, there is no formula. All you gotta keep in mind, I believe, is just what's gonna make people dance and enjoy the night.
Correct.
So that's what I try to do when I'm working on my own productions,
Right.
and this is what I keep in mind. And the main goal is make people dance and make people sing, make people and come to see you.
Right. Of
Um,
course.
and I start music production 3 years ago, and there are a lot of good things to come, and I'm still learning. So I think there is no ending, to be honest.
Right. As a female DJ, did you feel that you were having issues, or was was it a totally different game for you as a female DJ?
I don't really feel any difference, to be honest. And I know some people they already asked me that before. Um, but I think there's room to anyone. At the end of the day, I think what really matters is the if your music is good. So you gotta make people dance. If you can make people dance, so it doesn't really matter if you a boy or a girl or
Right.
And I think I've just been lucky because I'm just in the middle of all men's, and I don't really feel any difference.
Right. I've been a DJ over 27 years, and I tell you, it's been a crazy ride.
Hmm.
Have you played outside of your country?
I started my career, my DJ career back in Brazil where I was born. And then I relocated to Australia and I'm living in Sydney in Australia for longer than 10 years now. So most of my career happened here in Australia. And I also start my music production journey in Australia as
Right.
well, between Brazil and Australia at the moment. But I'm looking to expand
What do you use for equipment?
for DJ or for music production.
For DJing.
For DJ, usually when I go to perform, it's all the setup is already in there. So regarding equipment, it's all the CDJs and the mixes, it's all belongs to the club, to the
Right.
venue. At the moment, the club that I'm performing more often, they use Pioneer 3000 CDJs, yeah, and the mixer is a Pioneer as well.
How did you decide over, say, hardware than software? People are going with the USB mixers and everything. How did you get past that and decide to go with the hardware instead of software?
That's an interesting question because when I started, I used to bring all my CDs to the club, and that was 12 years ago, right? So I remember
Right.
we used to carry like as DJs from the beginning of the 2000. We used to carry the hard case with a lot of CDs in it, and these days it's just USBs, right? So everyone is just carrying USBs, same as me. So I only kept I have my the two main USBs, and I also have a spare just in case because we never know. Things can go wrong, especially regarding technology.
Yes,
But
definitely.
I don't really bring a laptop or no, I don't use laptops.
What type of music are you playing?
So the genre that I play is called tribal house.
I love that.
Tribal house, and I'm focused on this genre.
How do you feel the music for today is?
I think it's the scenario is changing. It's changing, especially I think after COVID, after the pandemic, a lot of people put a lot of efforts to actually study new skills, which is good.
Right.
So there are a lot of new DJs out there, a lot of new music producers as well. Um, and to be honest, I am one of them. I actually put a lot of effort during pandemic. During that time that we couldn't really leave home for anything.
Right.
That's where my I put off a lot of good efforts. And I think all this new generation, they presenting new ideas,
Right.
and they certainly changing the music industry. So we can listening to the music productions from like these days from the new producers,
Right.
we can feel the difference. I think it's changing, yes, certainly changing. I wouldn't say it's better or
Right.
worse. It's just different from it's there's new genders out
Right.
there, in especially talking about the tribal house. There is a new gender in the tribal house now, which calls garacha,
Yes.
and that's a new gender from, I believe, from these music producers, the new ones, and sounds different from the traditional tribal house.
Right.
And I think the public, they like it, especially Latin people,
Correct.
people from America, South America,
Right.
Mexico, Colombia, Brazil. They love it,
Well, yeah,
but
right.
they
There's
still
a
like the traditional tribal as well. So
right.
it's and today in the club we can see the Jays performing both. They play tribal and they put garacha in the middle of it. It's all mixed these
Right.
days.
I appreciate that. I just think the music has changed, and I don't know. I just think it's changed for however, and I'm not too happy with some of the music. I do a lot of research into my music. How does that work out for
Mhm.
you? How do you research your music?
Um, the two main platforms that I use to when I'm searching for new music is SoundCloud and Beatport. These are the two. Midport, I think it's a good channel to get new and good original tracks
Right.
from producers, from also from producers that it's been there for a while.
Right.
So the most popular names, let's say.
Right.
Now, for SoundCloud is a platform that we can actually get to know the new generation material, the new generation music, what they're doing. In these are the two main ones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a house DJ myself. I do a lot of
Hmm.
house music, and that's what I'm most happy with. I do a lot of research when I try to find this music. Have you played for the LGBTQ community? What's your normal crowd that you play for?
Well, this is my normal crowd. Yeah, it's all changed now. I think we there are more letters out there. But look, it's this is my crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love that community way better
Mm.
than a straight crowd. I think they're a lot more appreciative, and that's what I like. They're very appreciative, and just a way better crowd to deal with in my eyes.
Yeah.
Have
Look, it's a good crowd. It's people happy, they enjoy the music and they're a good crowd. They're always keen to party, so it's good.
I mean, you've been doing this so long, and I think you're in a great place right now, where you are. What is it that you want to, do it yourself? How do you want to keep progressing?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, at the moment, I'm putting a lot of effort to on my own productions, on my own original tracks, and still have some releases planned for this year. Still
Right.
for the second half of the year.
Wow, that's
Everything
great.
is progressing well, and at the moment, I'm looking to expand as an artist
Right.
um, and start to travel around the globe.
I have I'm working on the UK and Dubai, and it's just great when you get that chance to travel around, like you were saying. Um,
Yeah, and there are good and big festivals out there for the tribal gender, and yeah, it's just I think that's the way,
right,
and when you start to work on your own original tracks, and all the producers start to they play your song, and the public, of course, like your music, and I think that's the way to get out there,
right,
and
right.
this is what I'm working on at the moment.
I've listened to some of your remixes. They're great. I love them.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have advice for the new people starting out as DJs?
Yeah, I would say if you to start the DJing, I think a good advice is make sure you guys get a good quality of songs. Make sure you do your researches and check quality quality productions.
Right,
Make sure you learn properly how to do your mixes, and there are a lot of material out there on YouTube, how to DJ, how to search music, how to search for music, and which platforms you can go. I would say these days, Beatport is a great place
right,
to um, to get high quality songs. I would, if you guys, if the new ones are not sure, probably Beatport is a good way to go. While SoundCloud, you can have a mix of good quality musics and not that quality musics as well.
right.
But the more important thing is for the new generation is avoid getting music from YouTube, let's say, because we know these days it's easy to get the song from the videos, but then the quality
Yeah,
comes
right,
from the quality
definitely
is
right.
very poor.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, the quality definitely changes. I know you're very busy, and that's why I wanted to get you. I really appreciate you, coming on. Is there anything you want to promote while you're here?
Look, I would like to invite everyone, for people who still don't know me, get to my channels and search for Voice of a Dreamer, which is my latest single. This will give you guys a good picture of who is Cris Pepper and the type of music that I produce myself. Voice of a Dreamer was also a single that I wrote the lyrics myself with Alvaro Carrias, and we had the beautiful voice from Penelope. There was a featuring between the three of us. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it and stay connected because there are plenty of new releases coming soon from me.
I really appreciate your time, and it means a lot. It really, really does.
Okay, my pleasure.
Once again, you're listening to DJ Cris Pepper from Sydney, Australia. You have to check her out. She's on YouTube, Facebook, so be sure to check her out. And once again, I really appreciate you being on. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you on here.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for your time.